Today, I invite you to participate, engage mindfully through the discussions. You'll be given opportunities to ask questions during the session where we will have two mic runners on either side so that if you have any questions to ask, you can just raise your hands and during the question and answer session, you will be prompted to put your questions forward. Without much further ado, what I would like to do is call upon the first guest onto the stage for the panel discussion, Mr. Zainuddin, the Group Executive Director of HotPack Global. For today is Mr. Hassan Turabi, who is the Director for the Talal Group of Companies. So the topic that we have for today for discussion is homegrown brands or MNCs going global. It's about looking at the brands that have started probably in the UAE and then have decided to expand worldwide. And today's discussion will be about your experiences and how you have done that. Before we get into it, what I'd like to do is you could briefly tell us your roles and what you have been and how long you've been with the company.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. My name is Zainuddin. I'm the Executive Director of HotPack Packaging Industries. Also, I'm co-founder. My brother is Mr. Abdul Jabbar. He's the Managing Director of the company. We started our business in 1995 as a small trading company. Slowly, after 3 years, we have confidence in us and we established our business in UAE. We thought of going abroad.
Which year was this in?
It was in 1998.
1998.
Yeah. 1995, we started the company.
Okay.
And 1998, we started our first branch in Oman.
Okay.
Because in 1990s, the packaging industry was not that much developed like this.
Okay.
We could only see only some products for packaging, for food packaging. But in this day, you can see thousands of products in packaging. So after 1998, we started expanding further, and slowly we did in other GCC countries.
Yes.
And now, Alhamdulillah, we are operation is happening in 11 countries.
11 countries.
Yeah, including USA, UK, Australia, and Morocco.
I'll get further into that conversation,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And yes, would you briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, myself, Hassan Turabi. Now, before I introduce about my company, I would rather say, in this eminent stage, in the presence of Executive Director of HotPack, I would say I'm here to represent Tilal Gents Fashion on behalf of founder Mr. Abdul Salam Hassan, who is there right now in the audience. So whatever I say will be something that I have been guided by him. So Tilal Gents Fashion, or Tilal Group of Companies, was founded in 1986. We started off from Saudi Arabia. Then we thought of expanding into other GCC countries. So we first came into UAE in the year of 2001. Our first showroom was in Sharjah King Faisal. From there, if I say about the current status, in 2019 we have over 28 showrooms in UAE, 2 showrooms in Oman, and a few stores in Saudi Arabia. And sorry, we have 6 upcoming stores in UAE and 10 upcoming stores in other GCC countries. We have also operations in Italy and UK. So that would be a brief of the company. Yeah.
When did you move to Dubai market? You were started in Saudi, right?
In 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been there. You've been seeing the transformation of UAE also as a country in those period. And what I would like to ask both of you is this one question: how long you been with the company, personally on a?
Personally, I would say 3 years for now in full time.
8 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Full-time,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. So, but it's a family business, right?
Yes, yes.
So you're aware of it from day one.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I joined with the company from the inception.
Yeah.
So I'm 24 years in this country.
24 years.
Yeah, and we are celebrating our silver jubilee next year.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, we are happy. We grown with UAE.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe.
Do you remember when you started off the company, what was the vision set in the early days? In the early days, I'm not talking about the vision that you have now, But as you were growing initially, what was the challenges or what was the vision that you set for yourself or your company?
Yeah, we started as a family business, and we are three brothers running the company. And we thought of doing it in a different way, because everybody is doing business. We know there are so many people started business, the same business before 10 years than us, but we did in a different way. That's why we could reach in this level.
And what do you mean by different?
You mean the technology, the innovation. I remember when we started in 1995, we installed a computer. It was
Okay.
not common at that time, at
Okay.
that point of time. So it helped us, the technology, the innovation helped us developing our business to this level.
So innovation was a key value that you
Yeah.
had from the very beginning.
100%, 100%,
Okay.
yeah.
And do you remember about what the vision was in the early days?
Yeah, when we came in 2001, the market situation over here, especially in the traditional wear, since we're specialized in traditional wear, was very fragmented, and there was already major key players here. But since I said it's a traditional wear, even the business setup was in a very traditional manner. There wasn't many innovation or creativity or design-oriented
Your business is fashion,
fashion, yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Fashion for women or fashion for
For
everyone?
men. For men, traditional wear, yeah.
Traditional wear for men.
Yeah, and completely focused on the locals here, Arabs. 99% of our customers are Arabs.
So you have a manufacturing unit as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So since then, what we found out is that there's always a chance for differentiation. And the competitive advantage that we can leverage from differentiation can be utilized in its maximum potential from that stage. And I would say that is one of the key success factors behind our growth rate in the region. So in 19 years, we have grown from one store here to 33, and we have expanded to
In a
other
business like yours, what is innovation?
So, okay, when I say like
I
innovation,
mean, a
in
traditional dress,
yeah,
you can't remove the traditional aspect out of it. You can't get creative there, right?
indeed, it's very true.
So the business model is creative?
No, fashion industry in general is very dynamic.
Okay.
So we have to keep up to the trend, not with just the designs. We have to focus on the retail stores. We have to focus on the softwares, technology, and like Mr. Sharki Sahib, Mr. Sharkuddin, who said here that the the dynamism have changed from hard work and determination to smart. So we went along that way. So we have implemented a lot of systems in our company that changed the entire system that has been working in the traditional wear sector. So we have implemented extensive and sophisticated softwares into our company that brings efficiency and also keeps us 5 years ahead of other competitors in terms of designs and other business processes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
When was it that you decided to step out of your comfort zone of being in the GCC and going out into other markets?
Yeah, it was in 2015. We thought of that we should think of global market rather in investing in one region.
What triggered that thought?
Because our vision, I did not mention about that, our vision was to become a global company. So once we established our wings in GCC, having 8 factories, so we thought of we are ready to go global. Then in 2015, we made a case study in UK. That was our first project. 1 year it took, and in 2016 we decided to go in a bigger way, because there was a better opportunity for us, because Sharp Corporation Japan was shutting up their plant in UK. So we had a discussion and we decided to buy the plant. At that time, unfortunately, UK voted for Brexit. So this was a really challenging time for us to decide whether to proceed or not. So we discussed with our member team, with our research and development team, finance team, and we decided finally to proceed. So alhamdulillah, it was a good decision. After 3 years, when we look back, we don't regret. We are having 200,000 square feet factory and 16 acres of land in Manchester.
Wow.
So that was our first project.
I think that deserves a dozen of applause, right?
Thank you.
From what you just now said, I just picked up from there that you asked everybody within the organization about moving to another country and setting up, which means you have a very inclusive
100%.
culture within the
Yeah.
organization.
In our business, we believe the staff, the employees are the strength of the company. We believe in that. We have very employee turnover in our country, like I could say it is 1% or 2%. The person who joined as a junior accountant is finance manager or finance director in our company.
No.
Or one who started as a sales executive is a branch manager now. This is the way what we
Wow.
develop or enrich our people. So we think in a stronger way that the people should grow with us. It is not that we make money, but
Absolutely.
the people who
Yes.
should also grow with us. This is
Amazing.
our mission.
And for you, in your company, you actually now have a brand called Culture by Talal, right? And
Yeah.
I'd like to know what is the culture of your organization, the work culture that is there.
Yeah, we share similarity when it comes to that perspective. So we have a clan culture in our organization, which basically means we see all of our employees as a family members. So the basis or the foundation of the business is built upon that solid factor, which is the clan culture. So even we see the customers as a guest who enters a house rather than a customer who enters a store. So the entire hospitality, the entire business processes is built on that solid foundation. And like Mr. Zainuddin sir said, every employees are seen as a partner. Like as we grow, we need them to grow too with us.
Yeah.
So we share similarity in that perspective. Yeah.
I mean, you open in new markets. Now you're also expanding into new markets, right? You're going into, you've gone to Italy now, you're going into Germany and other countries as well with your, the traditional dress of that country or?
No, the same, the traditional wares of the Arab countries.
The traditional wear of the Emiratis you're taking to Italy.
Yes.
That's bold. So you're taking innovation there.
Yeah.
My question is, how do you export culture? How do you export your work culture to your offices there?
Okay. I wouldn't say we are exporting the work culture there. I would see it in a different perspective. I mean, perspective is what matters in the end of the day. So, what I would say is when we did a preliminary research about the other countries, how we can expand our businesses into other countries, what we found is that Britain is like a second home for Arabs. Our market is mainly Arabs, so Britain is like a second home for Arabs. I mean London. And one interesting fact is that 25% of the real estate in London city is owned by Arab community.
Owned by?
Arab community.
Yes.
So there's a huge population of Arabs who's residing or working or as a student in the London city. So when we saw that, we found that that would be a big market for us to enter that market, to enter London. So that's how we started our store in UK, and that is how we set the basis for our researches. And we just doesn't focus on one perspective of how can we export the culture. Rather, we would go and do a deep learning research of if there is a community, Arab community in that country or not, and will we be able to cater to their needs.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is how we...
And for yourself in UK, how much of the Indian population is a workforce over there? And
For
the British?
our kind of product, it's used by everyone, and in every institution or every establishment are our customers.
Yes.
Even whoever is sitting in our hall is our customer, directly or indirectly. So this is the beauty of our product. So we bring innovation, and we always bring new ideas to the packaging. So this is what we thought.
In your UK office, which is around 16 acres of land,
Yeah.
how many employees have you already started
We
operations?
have
there?
almost 30 employees. And
30
it's-
employees.
Yeah, it's a manufacturing cum
Okay.
logistics plant.
Okay.
We manufacture here and we export and we distribute from there. This is the
Okay.
way what we.
So the manufacturing is done here.
No, manufacturing, we have some products there also.
Okay.
But many products we export from here and we distribute from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a big challenge that you're seeing for, let's say, the audience, and maybe there is some company over here who's looking to go global, for instance. What is a big challenge that you faced which you overcame while doing the transition of being a homegrown company to being a global company? What is the biggest one? There are many challenges, I know, but what would you say was your biggest?
Yeah. In case of UK, when we were doing a case study about our business, the pound, the value of the pound was against dirham 5.5. But in 2016, it became 4.8 and 4.6. So it was more than 25% deflation. So it was a big challenge for us. So it's a major fact that whenever you are going to any other market, you should see the challenges like currency deflation, currency value, and the political situation, the government laws regarding investment, lot of things. And you should see the potential of the market also. Just we should not do just doing it. So we should see whether why we should start there.
Okay.
If we start there, if we will get a business from there, a reasonable business, then only we should take that risk.
True.
So that is very important. As a manufacturer, for us, we are using the latest technology machines. So we have production capacity, more production capacity.
Yeah.
So it is a fact that we should find new markets for us because UAE or Arab GCC is not enough for our catering our machine. Yeah.
I see you're a young blood. You have gone into your family business. What vision you see for yourself moving forward for your company?
I get this question a lot, actually. What differences should I make? But in my perspective, what I would say is the entire business, like I said in the beginning, the company is run under the guidance of my dad, who is the founder, Mr. Abdul Salam, and GM, Mr. Abdul Nasser. And they have set the foundation and they have set a vision that we have to reach. So me as a new person who is coming into the business shouldn't alter anything or shouldn't see it in a different way. What I have to see is how can I reach that vision in the most efficient manner and with the latest technologies or whatever we can implement to reach there faster.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say what differences I could make. What I would say is how fast can I reach that vision. That is what I'm learning right now under him, inshallah. Very soon.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I'd like to invite some questions from the audience if there is any. Could just raise your hands if anyone has a question. The mic will come to you. Is there any? All right, I don't see any. So we'll move on. With the business moving forward in UAE, what are the challenges that you see? Is there any challenges that you're seeing in the market currently?
For us, I don't think we are facing any challenge because we are a global company.
Yeah.
Having presence in 11 countries and we are exporting almost 75 countries. So going global, what is the advantage that if you have any challenge in any market, you can compensate or you can manage your business with other markets. So that is a big advantage whoever is planning to going abroad. So for us, it was a blessing. So alhamdulillah, so-called this negativity is not affecting us even in this market also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about China?
Sorry?
China, Chinese products.
Chinese products, we never thought of a competition is coming from China because we are competing with global brands like US brands or UK brands or Europe brands.
So do you compete on price or quality?
We compete on quality. Quality service. Yeah.
Quality is the first way.
This is our major.
Okay. You said 25% of the Arab population owns the properties over there, right?
Yeah.
But do the Arabs in those countries wear the traditional dress when they are there?
Yeah, that is one of the interesting thing that I aspire about the Arab community. They represent their tradition wherever they go. No matter where they are or in what event or whatever, they find their tradition the best out of any other culture or tradition. So you can see them wearing the traditional wear, which is the kandura, to any event, to any prestigious event or any meetings or anything. So we wouldn't find a difficulty in that perspective if Arabs would wear a traditional wear in a country like UK or not.
What are you doing to promote this to be worn by other nationalities as well? Are you doing something where?
As I said, our complete focus is on the Arab community itself. Like 99% is Arab community. So, as a business who is focusing on a market, a niche market, we don't necessarily promote to other
Excellent.
communities. Yeah. So it's just a niche market that we are.
You're very focus driven and you attack
Yes.
that market directly.
I wouldn't say attack, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We try to communicate in that manner, that we would like to keep it niche and then we'd like to cater to the needs.
Okay.
And like I mentioned earlier, like you mentioned earlier, there's a new concept called Culture by Tilal that we're starting, which is more of a street urban style kind of designs that we're going to implement for the younger generation. So that would be completely different from the concept of Tilal itself. So that's why we named it Different Culture. So I would say this would be one of the opportunities that we would find to enter the different market. Yeah.
Going towards the end of this, I would like to ask you guys, both of you, what is the biggest lesson that you have learned from your business over the years that has had the biggest impact on you? What is that one lesson, if you were to say, what is the biggest lesson that you have learned, which, if you had to share one lesson, what would that be to entrepreneurs?
Yeah, for me, because we started from zero. So we didn't bring anything from India or Kerala. We made everything from here. So this is such a wonderful country. The government, we have all the support, and we have all the freedom here. So we enjoy that, and of course, we have all the support from the community, especially from the local bodies. So it's not a challenge.
What's the biggest lesson? Yeah.
If you have a vision and you work for that, you can achieve that. This is what I learned myself.
Lovely. What was your biggest lesson?
When I entered the company as a full-time, what I found is that there was a lot of I was out of focus on many aspects of my life. But when I got into business, I got to know that I have to be focused and determined on certain things. And there's a lot that comes into management of things that small things matters, and then at the end of the day, all these small things becomes a huge factor towards whatever you're trying to do. So that is one of the biggest lessons that I learned when I got into business. And then there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of small factors that contributes towards that bigger thing that I learned, especially guidances from the top officials, learning day-to-day operations, and then trying to innovate ideas, bring in innovate ideas. So it gives a sense of freedom and an identity that I have never found in any other aspects of life or work or anything. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mustafa Kamaluddin. I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm only a professional. I want to ask one question. You are using the packing materials now. There is a hot pack material and there is a soft pack material, there is a cool pack material. These all packing materials are harmful to the health. How you are tackling these issues? Because of this material, every world, in every countries are facing this issue. Most of in India, and especially in India, if you talk about our place, our state, Kerala, several hospitals are multinational hospitals. Cancer patients are many, and kidney patients are more. How we are using this? Because so many studies are there. This has happened because of the packing materials used in everywhere, even for the water bottle to the food package.
Yeah. In today's life, I don't think we can live without packaging or plastic. Plastic is an inevitable factor in our daily life. Whatever, even if it is a water bottle, even if it is a shampoo bottle, or whatever you are there, wherever you go, you cannot ignore plastic. But the concept should change. For us, in our packaging, we use almost 30% of our business is from plastic. But here in UAE, there is a law. It should be degradable plastic. So the plastic bag or trash bag or whatever the packaging bags, whatever you are selling, it should be degradable. So within 1 year, it will be automatically degraded. So that is not a concern. So about other product like containers and cups and all, so it is all recyclable. The culture should change. Rather than putting into rubbish, it should be putting into a bin and it should be recycled in a proper way. So this is the way what should we do in Europe and in US and in other Western market. They are successfully doing that. So plastic has never been a challenge in those countries. The habit and the culture should change. So we are working on that and we are doing the studies on that, how we should understand this psychology and how we could teach the people, educate how it is a recyclable process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hope that answers. Any other questions? Yes. The mic, please.
Yep. Can we see?
In the front table.
Thank you so much. Myself, Munawar Saleh, Assalamu alaikum everyone. A young entrepreneur from Kerala. So my question is to both of you. I was going through the discussion. You were mentioning about the people, like how important you see the people in your company. My question is, when it comes to innovation, you're facing like you need to change at some point of time, and you have people and innovation in like both in front of your eyes. So now you have to take a call. That's a tough call to take what amount of innovation and how to deal with the people. So somewhere you will have to take a call that I have to reduce the number of people or increase the number of technology. So you might have gone through such a situation. All our fellow entrepreneurs are going through such situations. So how would you deal with this? Or if you have already gone through that, how was it? That will be a lesson for everyone. Thank you.
So when you are selecting people, you should select people, those could be our asset. It's good to give opportunities to the newcomers. For us, 25% of our employees are new employees. They come as new and we train and we educate and they become an asset for us. That is the way what we did in our organization. It was a successful way of keeping employees because, you know, once they are experienced, they should stick with us. Because if company is growing and they are not growing, they will not happy. So we should give opportunities to them to grow. Then they will be an asset for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If it is in terms of fashion, I'll take our company as an example. Our focus is mainly on bespoke system, so it's made to order. When you come to the showroom, we take your measurement and make a kandura accordingly. So there is a human element that interacts in that process. So from the beginning till the delivery, it passes through 16 hands for one kandura. So the 16 hands with 16 people are involved. But what we did is, we wanted to make it more efficient. We wanted to, this human element, we can't avoid that. But what we can bring efficiency is how fast we can move through these 16 hands. Those are the kind of solutions that I would recommend upcoming entrepreneurs to look into. Like I said, it is how fast we can reach the vision than how different can we go. So I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Hi. This question is probably for Mr. Hassan.
Yeah.
Now, suppose if you were to launch your product in a cost-competitive market like India, what would your strategy be? Would you want to compromise a little bit on the quality and check on the costing to be more cost-competitive, or you would want to retain the quality and then compete with the other brands, big brands over there?
Which market, pardon?
India.
India.
Probably a cost-competitive market like India.
Okay. So one of the main thing that, our company runs on a lot of policies set by the founder and top officials. So one of the biggest policy is that no compromise on quality. So the question I would say depends on the brand to brand. Tilal in specific, we don't compromise on quality. even to the point that when one of a representative go for sourcing the materials to another country, the main thing the founder says is that no bargaining. So if a person is asking, I mean the supplier asking $100, we would say we'll give you $101, but we need a better quality than the product that you give. That is in the situation of our brand. Now, if you say, like, if it's a mass, you said it's a mass market, you're focusing on a mass market, right? So if it is a different brand, and if you are focusing on a mass market and you wanted to give in a cheap quality, then it's up to the strategies that you might build upon it. But it depends on the brand to brand. We have a brand value that we have to keep, so we can't compromise on quality. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
One last question. If I can take that chance, the session says homegrown MNCs.
Yeah.
And both of you during your session also mentioned that you are like a family business. So your homegrown, the MNCs are homegrown. I'm sure both of you are also homegrown. What is that you've taken from your home to be, leading organizations like this?
I didn't get you fully.
The question is, as a homegrown MNC, both of them are family businesses. I mean, you started off like family businesses.
Yes.
I'm sure as leaders of your organization, both of you are also holding some element of being homegrown in the sense that you would have taken a lot of inputs from your family, from your circles that you are involved. Can you share us some inputs that we can take home so that we can also probably look at growing ourselves?
Yeah, being a family-owned company, also we consider as hot pack family. We always use this word in our meeting. We have 1,700 employees, so we believe all those people are our family members. So this is the way we treat them, because they doesn't call us sir, rather they call us Ika or something. So this is the way what our business culture is there. So I can proudly say that we missed maybe 10, 15 employees in these 24 years, but they did not join in any other company, but they started their own business. So, because they cannot find such a company in a working environment. Of course, they can be entrepreneur, but in working environment, it was a great place to be. Everybody is happy that what we believe. Of course, as a family business, we have a lot of advantages because we are involved. We are fully involved. After 24 years also, we are involved in daily business.
Yeah.
So this is a fact. So if you are doing a business, you should know your business. That is very important. You should not sit in other place and give it to somebody's hands. And
Hassan, you follow a legacy of your founder, your father.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share some insights on how it has been?
Yeah, I would, just adding on to the point by Mr. Zainuddin, sir. My dad used to always say that a family business is just like how a family runs. So when your dad or your mom says that this is where you have to go, that is where the children also set their mentality, okay, this is where we have to go. So as the leaders of the business, we have to guide the entire employees or the people that is involved in the business along with us. So we have to set the vision in everybody's mind at the same time. So I would say that is one of the biggest lessons that I have learned from him, that saying that when you do something, involve everyone who's involved in the business. Just don't keep it within a particular circle and then do it and one day just be like, okay, this is what you guys have to do and hope to see you there. No, that's not how it happens. Yeah.
It was wonderful talking to both of you. Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan and Mr. Zainuddin.
Thank you.
Please give them a round of applause.